It is 5:15. That seems to be the time that I'm waking up more often than not now. So yesterday was a 21.5 mile day. Epic day. Saw a bear. Went to Soda Springs. Spent a lot of time at the post office mailing my ice axe and microspikes and eating food. Carried a beer out to camp and enjoyed that last night with dinner. So let's see what we can do today. This really was a great tent site. Nice and flat. Once my neighbors quieted down, I got some good sleep. Not gonna lie, pack feels pretty good. We're also walking on flat ground with no water. I also can't lie, pack felt pretty heavy last night with 2.5 liters of water and a 16-ounce beer going uphill. We'll see. If I made a logistical mistake sending the ice axe and the microspikes, or just sending the microspikes, I won't know for 3 or 4 days when I get to Sonora Pass, and then maybe South Lake Tahoe if there are tricky traverses around the desolation wilderness. But that's 3, 4, 5, 6 days down the road, so right now there's no need. I can't remember the last time I pulled them out of the pack. Mathers Pass, I didn't use them near Pass. I didn't use them Silver or Selder. I didn't use them over Donahue. It doesn't look like I'm gonna need them for any of the 3 passes coming up before Sonora, so I made my decision. Just taking a break, filtering some water. I wanted to take my shoes off, let my feet breathe. They're working hard, so I had to soak them in DEET. I don't care, to keep the mosquitoes off of them. So it's 11:30. We've hiked 10.5 miles since we broke camp at 7, so that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm a little tired. I feel like we were hiking hard this morning, so taking a short break. I just drank a half a liter of coffee. I'm about to finish it, and I might even mix some more caffeine before I go. In 5 miles, there's Benson Pass, which I don't think is that big of a deal. And I don't care how long it takes, but if we hiked another 10.5 miles and got anywhere around 20, 21, 22, I'd be happy with that. And it would be nice to stop a little early today and get some rest. Working our way up Benson Pass, about 3/4 of the way through the day. top of the pass. There's a deer. And that's the pass. Nice and cool up here. Nothing technical. No snow on the trail. Just a few patches off to the side of the trail. Pretty steep, so I'm about to put the camera away, but when I get a chance, when this levels out, I don't want to look at far out. I really only want to hike about 5, 6, 7 more miles. I mean, I feel like I've gone 15. I'd love to get to a lake if it's still early and warm, and soak or swim for a minute. And I'd love to get to camp early. Those are really a couple of things I value today, because I feel like we're gonna get miles anyway. We already have. It's like 2:30 and we've done at least 15, so as long as nothing goes wrong, we shouldn't have to try too hard to get 20. So in about 45 minutes, there's a lake. That would be about 3:30, I think we'll be there. And that's early enough to jump in for a dip and get out at 4. Dry off before it gets too late in the day where it's getting cooler. I'll have to look a little harder. There's plenty of tent sites before the lake and there's one right after it, but I don't quite feel like that's far enough. I want to go a little farther today. There's a marked tent site 6 miles from here, but that would have me hike until 7 or 8 if I stop at the lake. And it's a little longer than I wanted to hike today. It's a little chilly and windy, but the water doesn't feel too bad. I mean, it's cold, but not freezing, so there's enough sun hitting this rock for now. And there's rocks right there that I'm hoping that the sun is warming up. So I just want to go in. It's not quite 3:30. I'd like to just get in there, get wet, lie on the rock, dry off, and hike out of here around 4. I've been wanting to take a dip in a lake. I've walked by so many lakes. What happens is you get here around 3, 4 o'clock. You've been sweating all morning, all early afternoon, and then you get to the lake and it's windy and cold and you don't feel like going in. I almost talked myself out of it today. So it's basically 4:15. I'm getting out of the swimming hole 15 minutes later than I wanted to, but that's not a big deal. I found a place 4 miles from here, so 2 hours. I'll be there about 6:15. Okay, my tent site is supposed to be down here. And as soon as I stop, maybe even before I stop, it's going to be game on with the mosquitoes. I can already see them swarming. 21.8 hike today. And I don't love this spot, so sometimes your goals don't align with your values. Might be a great spot. I'm trying to think. Last night was a much better view. Tonight is just buried under these pine trees, and I knew I was in trouble when I stepped into the deep woods and it got dark. Up there's some sunshine, but there's a ton of bugs. There were a ton of bugs at the camp last night. I remember sitting in my rain gear and my bug net. And that's just kind of the way that it is here. It's rare that you find a spot where the bugs aren't killing you. I found one today where I took a break. It was amazing. I did spray Ben's DEET on myself though. Anyway, about 44 miles from Sonora Pass. So can get there in 2 days, or maybe set yourself up in 2 days to go in on the third day early. Time to make some dinner and set the tent up and get in the tent early and hide from the bugs.